All right, cool, we're recording. So thanks so much for jumping on tonight and sharing your evening with us. Tonight's just an information session about our healthy living program that's attached to the Arbonne opportunity. So Meg and I are really excited to share some information with you guys tonight about the program, a bit about our stories and I guess what we've gotten out of the program ourselves, so that you can make a decision about whether the program could be of benefit for you, and how it might integrate into your own life. So firstly, I guess if you do have any questions, we want this to be as beneficial for you guys as it can be. So if you think of any questions, you're more than welcome to post those in the chat function, and we'll do our best to try and answer those at the end. But first of all, I'd love to introduce and hand over to the beautiful Meg Williams to share her story and give you guys a bit of an information about the program. So I'll hand over to you, Meg.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay? Yeah, amazing. Awesome. So my name's Meg Williams, and Dani and I are kind of like sister lines in Arbonne, and it's just clear proof of the beautiful people you meet running an Arbonne business. Like, it's just amazing. And I'm so honoured to be on here today sharing all about the nutrition with you. So just a little bit about me. I am currently working full-time as a midwife. I just finished uni, so now transitioned to full-time work, and that's been so hard in itself. And I didn't even link it, but I used to get sick every time I was doing full-time placement because I wasn't eating well. And then I got introduced to the healthy living program, and it's literally changed my life. I haven't been sick in ages, and it's just one of the incredible benefits of the healthy living program. But pretty much my health and wellness journey began from a very early age. When I was born, I had a thing called acute Sandifer's syndrome, and it was pretty much just allergies to literally everything. So I was on a very specialized formula, like completely broken down. Oh, I'm so sorry, my phone was on that. Completely broken down and easily digestible for my poor little tummy that was struggling. So pretty much my family and my parents thought that I grew out of these allergies with age. And then in year 12, I remember just being really lethargic, low energy, and always coming home with a headache. So we went to confirm it, try and find out what the problem was, and the allergies were reconfirmed. So it was gluten and dairy that we found to be the problem. So since 2014, I've eliminated these foods from my diet and kind of been on a journey of finding alternative foods. Having said that, I want to touch on that I'm not a professional, and I'm speaking like specifically from personal experience. So if you do have any medical conditions or concerns, like please speak to a qualified health practitioner that's not just a midwife, and get some advice before starting this program. I just have some notes next to me because I feel like I always go off track, and I'm also a little bit nervous. So just excuse me if I'm reading off those. But pretty much in 2017, I was introduced to Arbonne, and I got introduced to Arbonne through the skincare, and it wasn't for a little while that I realized that there was an incredible nutrition component to this business. Like, how amazing. So Arbonne's nutrition range is completely gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, soy-free, whey-free, sugar-free, literally everything free except goodness. Like, it's just amazing. So the Healthy Living program is run utilizing these products, but we'll touch on that more in a sec. Dani, I don't know, do you want to start sharing the screen now, do you think? Okay, we'll just put up our little presentation that we've got. Can everyone see that okay? I'm just trying to get my notes back up. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay, amazing. So pretty much simply put, do you mind just skipping to the next slide for me, Dani? Pretty much simply put, the idea of the Healthy Living program is to detoxify and cleanse our bodies, focusing on our elimination organs to ensure optimal function, resulting in improved overall health and well-being, which is just amazing. So some benefits can include deeper sleep, increased energy and vitality, clearer mind, and that's literally just the beginning. So personally, I have experienced increased energy from being quite lethargic from 2014 to 2017 as well. And just, I feel like I don't experience that brain fog anymore. And I think it's actually really cool. I think gluten actually crosses the blood-brain barrier. So that's what can sometimes explain that brain fog that people experience. But what makes it so amazing about the program is that the principles that we learn and are educated on is pretty much an amazing way to make this whole thing a lifestyle. It's just amazing. So in the community, you can read that slide for yourself pretty much, but just what I've touched on, and you can just incorporate it into your everyday life. It's just amazing. So there are 5 key principles that we focus on. They are healthy, clean eating, increasing your nutrient intake, eliminating acidic, allergenic, and addictive foods, balancing your blood sugar, and supporting healthy living and wellness by supporting the elimination organs. So we know that giving up things like cheese and wine and chocolate and coffee all at a time can be quite overwhelming. So I just wanted to mention that if you feel like you can't do this program because you don't want to give up everything, then definitely don't stress. Like even just eliminating one allergenic or inflammatory food group at a time is amazing, and you'll still get such amazing benefits. So for example, I haven't touched on, but some examples of allergenic food groups include gluten, dairy, caffeine, sugar. So they're the main ones. So pretty much the Healthy Living program is run via a Facebook page where you're provided meal plans, recipes, and shopping lists to help you eliminate these inflammatory foods. Alcohol is another inflammatory food, actually. So when you say to the everyday person, okay, cool, let's eliminate gluten and dairy from your diet, they're kind of like, oh my gosh, but what do I eat? And it just blows my mind, because I literally used to live off like soy milk and gluten-free bread, and that was just insane. And thank goodness for this program, because we eat so many incredible foods. Dani, do you mind just going to the next slide for me? Thank you so much. Oh, I think I've skipped ahead. So that's why we run this program, so that we can educate people on healthier choices and healthier decisions around food to optimize your functioning pretty much. So there's a whole week of education at the start of the program where we teach you all the concepts about what food groups to choose. And then we get started with the clean eating component just by utilizing the Arbonne nutrition in helping eliminate the inflammatory food groups. It's just an incredible community of empowerment. Like, it's just amazing. So the best thing behind the Arbonne community is the philosophy. And pretty much the philosophy of the Healthy Living group is to make a toolkit for your body to recognize what is and isn't working for you. So it's so much more than, say, clearing up your skin and dropping that little bit of extra weight. It's about making a choice and making you empowered to see the difference in how you're feeling when you choose the right food groups to eat. So it's just empowering you to make informed decisions in the future beyond this 30-day program, pretty much. So we just, the awesome thing about it is that we focus on optimizing our physical health so that you can change every aspect of your life. And that just blows my mind, like how awesome. It's so much more than just a program. It's just incredible. So over to you, Dani.
Thanks so much, Meg. I love hearing everyone's different, I guess just their different experiences on the program. That's one of the best things about this business as well. So my story and I guess health and wellness journey is a little bit different to Meg's. So a bit about my background. I'm 29 years old. I, alongside my Arbonne business, I'm an exercise physiologist and work full-time in occupational rehab. And health and wellness, health and fitness has always been something that I've been passionate about. But I guess what I've gotten most out of the program is actually just changing my mindset around healthy eating and food, I guess. It was probably quite a few years back, I actually developed quite a few unhealthy habits just around, I guess, my eating habits. And this all unfortunately stemmed from having quite a poor body image and challenges with my mental health. So this had sort of stemmed off the back of an unhealthy relationship, and my self-worth had become quite attached to my body weight in particular, which at the time was within a perfectly healthy range. And so I guess I'd become quite fixated on achieving something that was unrealistic and adopting some pretty unhealthy habits, in fact, avoiding eating and over-exercising to try and reach this point. So I'm so grateful that I found a program that, and I guess a business opportunity as well, that's completely just transformed my, not only I guess my whole mindset and self-worth, but also my relationship to healthy eating and the way that I look at that now as well. I love that the program is all about holistic health and wellness. It's about making sustainable choices, not just, a rapid weight loss program or something that's unrealistic and unhealthy. So I love that I can share that with other people. And I basically now I follow the principles 80% of the time and aim to do the program in full a couple of times or 2 or 3 times a year as a bit of a reset, which is just amazing. I do still enjoy the things that I love. I love my wine and cheese, so I haven't cut those out. I just maintain a healthy balance. So I think it's really important to point out, Meg's obviously touched on what we love about the program and what's so great about it. But I think it's important to consider what it's not about. So it's, as it says there, it's not a diet that's based on calorie restrictions. It's not about deprivation. And as I said before, it's about finding and following a program that's sustainable for you, something that's going to work in with your lifestyle, your family, your schedule, and something that you can stick to as well. So it's by all means not a quick fix at all. It's it's funny because there's so many crazy diets and rapid weight loss programs and things out there, and every time I think of this, it reminds me of, and you'll think I'm crazy if you haven't seen the movie, but it reminds me of this scene in The Devil Wears Prada where one of the models says, I'm on this amazing diet, so I don't eat, and when I feel like I'm about to faint, I eat a cube of cheese. And it just cracks me up because I know that so many of us have probably tried maybe not, hopefully not to that extent, but just unsustainable things. So pop a little yes in the chat function if you have tried any sort of crazy diets or any kind of program where you found that what usually happens is that we just revert back to our previous weight or our old level of health because it's just not sustainable. So I guess healthy living, it's not about these eliminating everything that you love or pushing your body to limits that are unhealthy. It's about finding a balance, not only between nutrition, but also your physical, emotional, and I guess motivational elements in your life as well. So we love to, and Meg's already touched on, I guess, some of the benefits of the way that the nutrition products are formulated. So you might know and you might be familiar with Arbonne's products philosophy, which is pure, safe, and beneficial. And you can see on the slides there a few of, I guess, the key things that set us apart in the market. Obviously, there's a lot of different nutrition products out there. So we do want to point out, I guess, what is that point of difference with Arbonne. So obviously the vegan certification is huge. Meg's touched on the fact that they're all formulated without gluten, dairy, soy, whey. no GMO ingredients. They're kosher certified. So it's really important to know that you are, I guess, putting the best supplements into your body, and that they're actually going to support you as well. What's great about all of the products, not only the nutrition range, but in particular the nutrition range, is that they all work together to achieve, I guess, the main aim is to assist the organs of elimination. So you've got your skin through sweat, the GI tract, the liver through feces, and the kidneys through urine, and obviously the lungs through breath as well. So the way that the products all are formulated is to assist this, and I guess the way that the program works by eliminating these common allergens in synergy with the products is to assist those elimination organs and just reset your body to be working at its optimal function. So what I'd like to, this is just a snapshot of some of the things that me and I have created, a few little recipes. So in saying this, you don't look at this and go, oh my gosh, I don't know how to create things like that. You're provided with all the recipes, and you can keep this as simple or make it as extravagant as you want. Everything's there for you. But I think it's important to point out that just because you're eliminating some of the things that you might love, there's some great alternatives, and you don't have to sacrifice on taste or anything like that as well. But what I'd love to do now is actually invite on the beautiful Mel, who is just going to share a little bit about her journey with the Healthy Living program. So, Mel, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can everybody hear Mel? Yep, perfect. Cool. Awesome. So, firstly, just give us a little bit of information about your background and I guess why you decided to start or participate in the program.
So a little bit about myself. I guess I've struggled with weight from a very young age. As my partner put it, you were even a chubby baby. Yeah, thanks. So the last time I think that I actually lost probably about the weight that I am now, I lived on chicken and broccoli. So that was my extravagant diet, very unsustainable. That lasted a couple of months, and then I guess I moved from Brisbane back to Townsville, and then put up with friends, alcohol, bad food, went straight back to square one. So I got with my partner, and even since we've been together, we sort of tried every diet under the sun, pretty much trying to cut carbs, and that is really hard to do. And then we decided to try the Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living, and oh my gosh, we were just so shocked with the results and how beautiful the food was. Like Chris, my partner, he loves food, used to love his massive steaks, all that sort of stuff, and even he's just like, this food is amazing. So he was super happy with it. But that's, I guess, my background story. Oh, sorry, I lose track. We're getting married in June too, so that was our main thing too. We wanted to look good in the photos for our wedding, and I've had a baby. He turns 1 next Sunday, so I did put on a fair bit of weight during my pregnancy. So I was really keen to lose that as well.
Amazing. That's so exciting. Oh, June's not far away at all. Super excited for you. Shredding for the wedding. That's a super common one.
Yeah.
That's so fantastic. Yeah. And I guess in terms of the results that you guys did achieve, what were you most excited about, and what I guess was what results did you get out of the program?
So the first 30 days, I lost 11 centimeters off my waist, which I was really excited about. Started to fit in those clothes that I haven't fit for probably about 4 or 5 years. My partner lost 10 kilos. So I think I only lost 4 kilos. So it didn't show so much on scales, but definitely in centimeters. And my partner lost, I think it was about 10 or 11 in the first 30 days. So he was really excited about that. We have sort of continued it, not 100% after the 30 days. And he's down to he's lost about 16.5 kilos now. I'd sort of lost track. I don't really keep track of the scales anymore, just so I don't disappoint myself. But yeah, my clothes, I went shopping today and bought a size 10. So actually 3 things size 10. So yeah, I was really excited about that. So I can probably say I was about a 14 when I started. Some 12s, mainly 14. So yeah, I'm very excited about my results.
Amazing. That is amazing. You guys are incredible. What a fantastic journey to be on together as well. And in the lead up to your wedding, that's so super exciting. You should be so proud of that. Was there anything that you achieved out of the program that you weren't really expecting when you started?
I don't think I expected to lose so much so quickly, just because like you can still eat brown rice and the rice pasta, so there are still carbs in the diet, and even like the portions of some of the meals are quite large. So I always had the mindset of calorie counting, I guess, that you have to watch your calories to lose weight. So just the fact that I don't have to like take note of what calories I'm eating, as long as I'm eating whole foods and what do you call them? I can't even think. Too nervous. I'm like clean. That's what I'm trying to think of. Clean eating. So as long as you eat pretty clean, you see results, and that was one of my big shocks.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things to consider as well, is that when you're getting rid of these inflammatory and particular foods and ingredients that can be quite detrimental to fat loss and losing weight. What happens is that your body, by getting rid of those toxins, it naturally resets, and if there is excess weight for you to lose, it just allows that to happen. So yeah, that's awesome. And what was your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge was definitely to give up the coffee, the wine, and the cheese. Probably coffee was my hardest, I think, because my routine was to get up in the morning and have a coffee. And I think for probably about 20 of the 30 days, every day I was saying to Chris, I just want a coffee. I just want a coffee. But yeah, after those 20 days, I sort of just lost my interest in coffee, and I haven't had one since. So I started beginning of January. That's now end of April. So 3 months, no coffee. So I think I'm doing pretty good.
You are doing amazing. That's so good. And, like Meg was saying before, a lot of people choose to just pick one area and eliminate that as a start, and you've just gone bang and done it all. So that's yeah, exactly. Amazing. I actually, when my partner Alex and I got sick, it must have been about 2 months ago now, I just didn't feel like coffee, so I stopped having it, and then I didn't have it for a couple of weeks, and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't had a coffee. And so I just decided to not have it again. I've had a couple here and there in the mix, but just completely haven't wanted it exactly the same as you. So how did you guys go, I guess, as a partnership and young family, just incorporating it into your routine?
Well, I guess the shake for breakfast has probably been the easiest, has made our life easier, having such a young little baby. And sometimes me just going back to work now in January, I'm a teacher, I guess trying to get the baby ready for kindy and myself ready for work. And as we know, teachers don't work 9 till 3, so I try to leave early. And I think having the shake for breakfast made my life so much easier. Because I can just get up. If he's cranky, I can sort of hold him in one arm and drink my shake. And time too. I used to always cook eggs as my breakfast, so now I don't have to do the cooking. It's just, definitely easy. We actually have the meals for the lunch and dinner. Sometimes we'll have a shake for lunch, depending on how we are. But the meals make 4 portions, so we just found it easy that we cook the night before for the dinner, have the next 2 portions for our lunches the next day. So really it's just made our life 100 times easier. We don't have to make our lunches for work, they're already done. I just have to cook 1 meal a day pretty much, and so it's definitely made
Yeah.
it easier.
Yeah, which is, I think that's really important to note as well. And, obviously a big part of it is being prepared and that side of things as well. Is there any advice that you give to anyone on the call who might be considering doing the program for the first time?
I would say just go for it. I don't really know. Definitely try everything too, because there was some recipes that I looked at and I was like, oh, I don't know if I would really like that. But we just said, no, we're going to give everything a go. So we had a bank of recipes to, later on in the future, we know if we could go back and eat that again. And yeah, most of the things I just loved. I don't think there was a meal that I wouldn't eat again. As I said, my partner's big on steak and meat. And there's a few vegetarian recipes and he loved them. I think he thought the vegetable curry was his favourite and there was no meat in it. So yeah, I was really shocked at that too. So I definitely think just give everything a go. Even the shake recipes, give them a go, figure out which ones you like the best. But yeah, don't turn your nose up and think you won't like it. Definitely just give it a shot.
Yeah, so true. That's awesome. And do you have a favourite product out of the nutrition range that you'd like to share?
I love it all, to be honest. I definitely love the fizz sticks. Being a teacher and a mum of a little boy, I think they give me the energy that I need to get through my day. And I love the protein bars. I take one every day to work just for that afternoon snack. I just tend to finish work and think kids go home and I'm just like, oh, I just need something. And that just cures my craving for just something sweet. So yeah, I love the protein bars.
Awesome. Yeah, I asked for one. It's always too hard to give one, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's completely fine. Awesome. Well, look, thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your story. You guys have, done absolutely amazing with the program, and I think it's really great for everyone to be able to hear your insights as well. So thanks so much. So I guess I'll keep going along that note and share my favourite product. So it obviously is very hard to pick just one, but I think at the moment I'd have to say the greens balance. So I struggled a lot with my immune system. I would, after a big week of work or even just a night out, I'd get run down and get sick really easily. So I've incorporated the greens balance into my routine every morning. I have a scoop of that. I mix it with a fizz stick so it tastes nice, and the Digestion Plus, the powder. So it's got over 30 different fruit and vegetable extracts within the powder. So awesome way to get in your extra vitamins, minerals, and the antioxidants that you need as well. But yeah, that's probably my favourite at the moment. And I'll throw to Meg and you can share yours.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. I tried not to think about it because I wanted to just see what popped in my head and see what was truly my favorite product. But then, of course, I thought about it. So I thought, well, this is what I have every single day without a doubt. I mix a citrus fizz and a complete hydration together in one bottle and have that every single day at least once, and I cannot live without it. So I'm gonna have to say those two are my favorite. It's so funny. My boyfriend calls it a jizz fizz because he loves the taste of it, and I'm like, oh, that's so gross. But I also love the herbal tea as well. But everything, I feel like it's so hard to choose a favorite, seriously. So in terms of where to kind of go from now, so we wanted to give a cost breakdown of the entry requirements. So you can speak to your consultant that showed you on here on how to get into the program, but pretty much we just get a nutrition ASVP, which stands for Arbonne Special Value Pack, and you can choose between the protein or the meal replacement. So I've just listed, you can just read there what's actually in each pack. So you can see the different discounts. Preferred clients actually get 40% off the retail price of the ASVPs, and independent consultants get 50% off the per the retail price of the ASVPs, which is just incredible. So if you look at it per day, that is, for consultants, it's literally less than $10 per day, and that is pretty much 2 servings of everything above, except I think the fiber is, it's just in the breakdown, it's like 1 serving per day. Which just blows my mind, because I literally went to get a coffee with my friend the other day. I don't drink coffee, so I usually get tea, which costs like $4, which is just insane for a tea, like crazy. But I also got a gluten-free, dairy-free cupcake, and that cost $5. So in that, it was literally a $9 coffee catch-up. Like, it just blows my mind. And the whole healthy living program cost me $9 per day. Like, it's just incredible. And even if you go, like, people get takeaway for convenience, but I don't even know, because I can't eat any of it, but I'm pretty sure like a cheeseburger meal at Macca's costs at least $7, which just is crazy. So when people say it's a lot of money, I understand that looking at it, yeah, $300 is a big chunk out of your money, but if you break that down, it's $10 for the next 30 days, which I guarantee you'll be spending anyway, but at least you'll be feeling better in yourself and getting results that you want from the Healthy Living program. So the next slide just shows the cost breakdown of the meal replacement shakes. So very similar, a little bit different in price, but you get pretty much the same things as well. Dani, did you want me to talk about this last slide, or were you planning on talking about it? Okay, we can both share. So pretty much where to from here. I touched on it before, but you can speak to a consultant about joining the next Healthy Living program. Just to give you a basis, they run each calendar month. So the April one just closed on the 31st of March. So it closes at the end of each month for the next month. And as I said, the entry requirement is the purchase of an ASVP, an Arbonne Special Value Pack of the nutrition. And it's really cool. You can speak to your consultant. They can explain this in more detail, but you don't have to purchase that each month that you want to be a part of the Healthy Living program, because you might have leftovers. So you can just top up your supply and then go into the group the following month if you wanted to continue on. I know that Dr. Tanda Cook, she's a naturopath in America, she recommends doing the Healthy Living program for 90 days and just maximizes the results completely and gives your body a completely full reset, which is just amazing. So we just wanted to say thank you so much for jumping onto the call. This is our first ever one, but we're going to try to do it quite frequently, because literally this whole program is so life-changing. Arbonne is so life-changing, and I just want to touch on, I know that we're focused on the nutrition, but all of Arbonne products are just incredible. And also I feel like the best product that Arbonne offer is the business opportunity. So if you haven't heard about the business opportunity from your consultant, please reach out to them. It is honestly the most life-changing thing. I always think people stay awake at night because they have a pimple or because they have a sore tummy, but they also stay awake at night worrying about financial concerns and things like that. And that's where the business opportunity comes in. It is literally the most life-changing, and especially with the 30 days, people notice your results, and it's pretty much just running the business for you because you're just doing it so organically and naturally. So thank you so much. Dani, do you want to say anything else?
Not too much else to add. I think you covered everything wonderfully. I'm just scanning through the chat function, and I just saw your comment that your friend once went a whole week eating only celery because you burn more calories than you consume. There you go.
She came back like 3 days later, and she's like, "I'm starving." I was like, "Yeah, I bet you are."
Yeah. And Lily, so what about Easter on Sunday? Super good point. Look, obviously, if you need to have a small treat to keep you on track for the rest of the program, absolutely nothing wrong with that. In saying that, I do believe Meg is the queen of healthy sweet treats, so I'm sure that we can probably work on and get some recipes your way to get you through the Easter period as well. Before we wrap it up, does anybody have any questions for us before we sign off at all? Doesn't look like it. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We hope you got something out of tonight, and yeah, look forward to chatting with you all soon. Good night.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.